Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. Today taking on Rochdale, or possibly Rochdale, or Rochdale. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. As you can see, we're leading the League One. Things are going great for us. Very pleased, except for the fact that we got absolutely spanked by Nottingham Forest in our last game. But we've recovered from that emotionally, physically, spiritually. I had a long talk with the players after the game. I said I didn't like their give up, but I also wasn't thrilled with my own performance as a manager in that game. So the blame was on all of us, but especially on the Ginger Messi. It was a difficult game, but we've moved on. And one of the things that happened after the game that I thought was really important is that Buckminster Fuller was angry. I don't see him angry a lot. He's generally a pretty relaxed guy, great teammate, kind of like a joker, you know, always kind of playing little practical jokes and just making people laugh, keeping it chill. Meredith, I can't help but notice that Rochdale seems to have a ginger with a mohawk, which is it seems like there's still a little time left in the transfer window. By the way, I didn't get either of those players that I tried to pick up. As you can see, Aussie manager today starting out with Shea LaBeouf in the back. We've got Buckminster Fuller, our right back. I don't have a good name for Kelly yet on the left, but things are going well. I'm excited for this game. I believe that we can win, and that's a nice shot of the DFTBA Nerdfighteria patches on the back of Wimbledon shorts. They wear those in real life too, you know. Anyway, Buckminster Fuller really got in everybody's face after the game, and said that kind of performance isn't acceptable. He didn't like the fact that we gave up. He didn't like the fact that we gave up so many goals. He didn't like the fact that we put Shea LaBeouf under so much pressure, and I really appreciated that. So I thought today I would talk a little bit about Buckminster Fuller, who he is, and how he got to be the leader on the team that he is. I mean, he is. You know, he's one of the longest serving Wimbly Womblys, and also, even though he's not doesn't have an incredible skill level or anything, he's somebody I really trust. I really trust him. That's a great pass from John Green to John Green. He's not pacey. He's not pacey, other John Green. He's an older gentleman, and his pace got found out right there. Well, I'll tell you who would have burst away in that situation: Lyle Taylor, the Monserratian Messi, but he's on the bench due to an ongoing existential crisis. So anyway, Buckminster Fuller, of course, is named for the architect, artist, thinker, inventor, polemuth, Buckminster Fuller, inventor of the Bucky ball, which is kind of a soccer ball, as well as the geodesic dome, which I'm a big fan of. Meredith, have you ever been inside? Oh, come on. I've been unfairly maligned. Have you ever been inside of a geodesic dome? It's really cool. It's a very cool experience. We visited with an artist, Fritz Haig, for the art assignment, who lives inside of a geodesic dome. I myself could not live inside of one due to my abiding affection for bedrooms and straight lines. But they're really interesting spaces. So anyway, that's who Buckminster Fuller is named after. But who is he as a person? Well, he's a fascinating person. Family man, loves his wife. She's around all the time with their two beautiful little children. Very toe-headed, just cute as can be kids. Don't know much about them personally, but they seem lovely. That's got to be, and it is in the top of the net. Oh, it's fantastic. And who is posing after that lovely goal? I know it's not bald John Green, and I know it's not other John Green, so I'm a little bit confused because they score all of our goals. But that was a lovely pass, and then just a great finish. Meredith, it's Parrot, the pirate's life for me. Yo ho, the pirate's life for me. I don't really know the words of that song. I'll have to work on that. It's Dean Parrott, a pirate's dream, with a beautiful goal to make up for the fact that I do not like his haircut. I'm a very harsh judger of haircuts of Wimbly Womblys, but that one seems to me especially offensive. But anyway, the other interesting thing about Bucky Fuller, he does not like it when I call him Bucky, so I sometimes do that just to try to make him laugh and everything. But the other thing about Bucky Fuller is that he's an out-and-out communist, not like a normal, just like a left-wing kind of guy. He is a real, true, the workers need to rise up and seize the means of production communist, extremely well-read in Marx. And he and I have had many interesting conversations about the Soviet Union and what he sees as the failures of the Russian Revolution, and what I see, frankly, as things that are, to some extent, built into problems with really achieving a communist utopia. But it's been very interesting conversations that he and I have had lately. With the FIFA 17 Wimbly Womblys, I'm trying to go deep with them, instead of, and it's been a mixed bag so far. That's a great, oh man, almost again from Parrot. Oh, he's the pirate. He's on it today. He's on his horse. He's feeling like he's got some goals in him, and I like to see it. I love it. This is exciting. There we go. That's a nice through ball to John Green, and he's very fast. John Green, 2-0. Oh, he's a finisher. He is a finisher. He hugs his husband. They embrace. It's beautiful. Ball to John Green, John Green. He gives it all for the team. Upon his mustache, we're keen. Ball John Green, John Green. OCIC manager likes it. He loves it. He's out on the pitch. That's actually against the rules. You got to stay in your box, coach. That's 2 goals for Ball John Green in League One this season. And it's obvious that we are a different team when facing League One opposition than when up against the likes of former European champion Nottingham Forest. We are now in a position, I believe, to go on and win this game 7-0. So it's been fun talking with Buckminster Fuller about his worldview. Interestingly, his wife does not share it. I asked her about it recently, and she said, I vote for the person, not for the party. And she said sometimes I've voted for conservative members of parliament, sometimes liberal. It just depends on the. South London's it's a fascinating place, and anyway, she's a very interesting woman. But Bucky, full blown, all out, no holds barred, member of the Communist Party. Like, he has like a card. It's red. It's amazing. So I just thought that was a cool, interesting thing about him. I don't. There are important ways that I disagree with him. Like, I actually, I believe in that there are some benefits to markets, but I also understand some of his concerns about them. Oh, that was almost a really good goal, but it didn't work out. And the keeper's pleased with his save. But you know what? Look at the scoreboard, keeper. We're still in pretty good shape here. That was, however, not good. But the terribleness. That's Bucky Fuller on the ball. Oh no, Bucky! Oh God, get back on your horse. Oh, it all worked out better than expected. Okay, that was not the most beautiful bit of play I've ever seen from Buckminster Fuller, I have to say. But there he is on the ball again, making not a great pass. It's funny, he was our player of the game in our 3-0 loss. He has not covered himself in glory today. But the arc of history is long, and it bends toward Wimbly Womblys. So I was hoping to win this game 7-0. Now I'm starting to think that maybe we need to just go ahead and try to shore up this 2-0 win. Oh, that's a good turn of events, though. Nice little bit of defense, getting back on the ball, and then some of this, some of that. Look for your husband. Nope, go that way. That's a good ball. That's a good ball to Whelpdale. Whelpdale with a great ball. Oh, wow. How is that not finished by John Green? I've explicitly made him a finisher for situations like that one. Oh, John Green. You're better than that. Really good advertisement for yourgolftravel.com right there. Great resource for all your golf travel needs. I'm going to go ahead and make a substitution. I really want, and I am deeply concerned about the situation that the Montserrati and Messi finds himself in. He seems a little lost right now. And I'm concerned about him, so I'm going to try to give him some playing time to try to get him just excited about the game again. You know, we were having a conversation a couple days ago, he and I, about, well, what do you do? By the way, Ball John Green had a great game. We appreciate it, but we also want to protect him from injury. We had a conversation about, you know, when you think, everybody thinks thoughts that they don't want to think, you know? Everybody has those thoughts that they don't want to think. Maybe you're driving along and you think, like, I could careen into traffic right now. Well, you don't want to do that, in most cases anyway. But you've just had this thought that you don't want to have. And for most people, those intrusive thoughts are just fleeting things, you know? And it doesn't blossom into a completely out of control thing. But for Lyle, and also for the record, for me, it does. And so I think, like, part of what's going on with him is that he's concerned that if he's not in control of his own thoughts, then he might be, rather than sort of the captain of the ship of his consciousness, he might be something of a passenger, which does then beg the question, well, who is the captain, or what is the captain, and am I a passenger inside of this consciousness, or am I ultimately maybe a prisoner inside of it, which then that can get very scary. So he and I have been talking a lot about that. And I don't have any good answers for him, by the way. Like, I don't have any easy solutions for that. But I do think that scoring a goal would be tremendously helpful to Lyle in terms of his his well-being and his sense of self and everything. So I'm really rooting for him today. Oh, that's a great ball. That was very smart and interesting. But it didn't come to anything, like so much effort in this world. It's just been a really hard start to the season for him. And I think also, having Ball John Green and other John Green scoring so much, prolific, they're in love, and honestly, I've never seen Ball John Green and other John Green in this kind of, like, deep affection for each other. Like, it seems like their love is sort of, like, moved from just, like, I don't know. There are periods in a marriage where you're like co-CEOs of a family, where it's not like all romance all the time. Oh, Lyle Taylor wanted that so bad, and it was a little selfish. But I wanted it for him. But right now, the other John Green and Ball John Green are in one of those moments where it really is romance, and it's so encouraging to see that. Like, 20 years after you get married. Or I think maybe they haven't been married for 20 years. Ooh, Buckminster Fuller is balding, according to FIFA. So the real life Buckminster Fuller might want to have a talk with FIFA about that. Anyway, it's great to see them. They're just in this, like, period of being so sweet to each other and just encouraging and positive. And I mean, obviously, like, look, it's good for their marriage when AFC Wimbledon are winning, but I think anytime, I think, like, they've finally gotten accustomed to life with JJ, and I think it's just been great to see. But on the other hand, that's got to be hard for Lyle, like, your strike partner is also your best friend, is also your husband, is also, the co-parent of your child and everything. And for Lyle, maybe it emphasizes some of the loneliness that he's feeling. So we're going to stick with him, and we're going to believe that he can get up to the other side of this, but today obviously wasn't the day. That said, AFC Wimbledon did emerge victorious in an important game against Rochdale, and thank you for watching. Ball John Green likes it, and so do I. Best wishes.